Good morning and welcome to Nora's Dog Training Company. We're here this morning with Sophie and Fred, and what we're going to be demonstrating for you today on video is Sophie's ability to understand and respond to her formal on-leash obedience commands, the correction and the motivation that we give the dogs when we're working with them, and the training equipment that we're using. Fred is using a regular 6-foot web training leash, and he keeps the bulk of the leash folded neatly in his right hand. That leaves his left hand free to give any correction that's needed, and the only correction that we give is a tug and let go on the training collar. And that is the second piece of equipment that we're using. I think we discussed training equipment when you dropped Sophie off, and you're going to be taught how to use it properly during your follow-up training session tomorrow. Now, she is sitting very nicely at Fred's left, which is where all of our obedience training is done. And the first exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is heeling. Heeling is proper leash walking. Incorporated into the heel exercise is an automatic sit, and the command is Sophie heel. Now at this point, when she hears that command, Sophie has a job to do, and that is to maintain pace with you when you're walking. Never passing your left leg, matching pace with you, whether you walk slowly and leisurely or whether you power walk. She should be right next to you, and when you stop walking, whether it's to cross the street or talk to a neighbor, she should be sitting quietly at your left and waiting for her next command, and that's without being told. Nice automatic sit. Now the next exercise that we're going to demonstrate for you is the sit stay. The stay is a hand and a voice command, and because it is a stationary exercise, we are not going to use her name. You can practice this indoors as well as outdoors, and you're going to work up from 1 minute all the way up to 3 minutes when you're working with her at home. When Fred returns back to her, he is going to walk all the way around her as an additional distraction, returning right back where they started at heel position. And this may look very easy on video, but you are going to see when you start working with her tomorrow that every person that takes that leash, she is going to test. And we're going to be here to help you pass the test. Nice heeling, nice automatic sit. German Shepherds were working dogs. They were bred to do a job, so we're giving her a job to do. Fred leaves her in another sit stay. He walks out to the end of his leash, and he turns to face her, and you can see that she's very, very focused on him. And this time, instead of returning back to her, Fred is going to use her name and call her, and she's to come right in front and sit. And that way she's not jumping on you, she's not grabbing your clothing. She is being where she needs to be in the pack, and that's at the bottom. So this gives you a positive way to interact with her. It gives her a sense of accomplishment and the joy of making you happy. And no more of that crazy carryings on at a year-old. Fred leaves her in another sit stay. And remember to lengthen out this when you're working at home. Practice with your video and lengthen out your stays. Fred will use her name. He lightens his tone. He praises her on the way in, and she's to come right in and sit. Great job. So I think that you can already see a difference in her mannerisms, her demeanor. She's much more submissive to Fred than she was with you guys. She was just running the show. Now the next command that we're going to set up to demonstrate is the down from a heel position. So with the dog seated at your left, you take your left open palm, push it straight down toward the ground, give the one-word command to down and stay. Your long down stay, practice right in your living room. Start out at about 2 minutes and work all the way up to 5 minutes. When Fred returns back to her, he walks all the way around her just as he did on the sit stay, returning all the way back to heel position, and then he has to tell her again what he wants her to do. So remember to get those commands out. He turns, she turns. He speeds up or slows down, she does the same. Puts her into another down and stay. And you're going to be able to mix your commands up. Once you get familiar with this and you feel comfortable, you don't have to do it exactly as it is on the video. I would recommend that you do it like it is on the video as you're starting out. This time Fred is going to call her out of that down. He praises her because coming to you should always be positive. She really loves Fred, that's for sure. And, you know, unlike people, dogs love and respect the pack leader. And it's not like your boss at work. This is a pack leadership thing, and to train a dog, you have to think like a dog. She needed to understand that you're in charge. Now, this time, Fred's going to leave her in a sit-stay.
No, stay.
He's going to turn to face her, and her only problem with this command is that she wants to crawl in and be close to him. He's going to give her a down from a distance. And she tries to crawl in. So you may not have that problem. She just wants to be close to Fred. She loves him, and they have a great relationship. I want to tell you, this girl has done a 180-degree turnaround. She's very, very smart. She is eager to please under the right circumstances. We're going to be here for you going forward, and we want to thank you for choosing Nora's Dog Training Company.